You're watching 11 Alive Morning News. 11 minutes of nonstop news starts now.
Welcome back at 6:47. First in your 11 minutes of nonstop news, DeKalb County is getting serious about fixing housing issues. A new task force holds apartments accountable if they don't fix basic issues with the units.
11 Alive's Ariana Manish joining us live this morning with how it's helping resolve some of these problems.
Why, Aisha and Christy, the Villas at Decatur is one of those complexes that this DeKalb County Housing Task Force is ready to hold accountable for conditions that residents classify as terrible. Now, Shantae Cooley is one of those residents. She showed us the problems that she's been dealing with for months, like rodents in her apartment, the stove, refrigerator, and even the lights not working. Cooley says the property owners refuse to fix anything. Now the county is getting involved. The DeKalb County Multifamily Task Force will now monitor problematic apartment complexes and work with code compliance, the health department and fire officials, and also take appropriate legal action if needed. Now this task force, they have given this apartment complex 90 days to submit an improvement plan. They failed to do so, and now the task force says they are ready to move in and possibly revoke the complex's business license to hold them accountable. Back to you.
Ariana, thank you. 6:48 now. Here's what's happening now.
Police in DeKalb County are investigating a deadly shooting at an apartment complex. This was the scene overnight at the Park at Somerset Apartments on Aberley Way in Stone Mountain. A witness told us someone was shot and killed in their car. We have reached out to police for any information on a suspect. When they release that, we'll let you know.
CMT has pulled Jason Aldean's latest music video from the network after many perceived the video as being in favor of gun violence and lynching. Fans noticed the video was shot in Columbia, Tennessee, where a black man was lynched in 1927, and the scene of the 1946 Columbia race riots. Aldean released a statement on Twitter rejecting the criticism, saying it has gone too far. He is set to play at the Lakewood Amphitheater next month.
A new report about Georgia jobs just released within the hour. According to the Department of Labor, the state experienced record high job numbers in June. The labor force grew by nearly 10,000 jobs. Healthcare remains the top industry for new jobs. The state's unemployment rate remained at 3.2%.
And we are starting what could be the hottest day of the year so far here in Atlanta, just adding to the already hot week we've had. You know, this is kind of one of those days you don't even want to go outside. Now, if you are looking for some ways to beat the heat and cool down, DeKalb County has you covered. Libraries and rec centers will open today as cooling centers. The DeKalb County Department of Human Resources will also open to help keep you cool. If you really want to stay cool, you know, get your swim on, take a cold dip. It is free for you today. All the public pools in the county free from 2 to 4 p.m. and that is on any day the National Weather Service issues a heat advisory. And that was a look at your top stories.
We can't say enough about the heat, Jesley. Just hot, hot, hot.
Yeah, we're going to keep talking about it as well because we want people to know, hey, today is the day, folks. If you have to do something outside, I know some of you have to work outside, you got some projects that you have to finish, you want to take breaks. Drink plenty of fluid, of course, hydrate your body, folks, because you don't want to play with weather like this. Temperatures right now are running in the 70s. Look at that, 78 degrees right now in Atlanta. 78. It stayed there all morning long. In fact, went up to 79 not long ago, battled back down to 78. 74 degrees rather in Stockbridge. You got 71 in Conyers. You're looking at 71 degrees in Noonan. Peachtree City, you're at 72 degrees starting off this morning. 71 in Powder Springs, 72 up there toward Ackworth. You got 77 in Tucker. Roswell, you're at 73 degrees. 75 degrees down toward East Point. So it is, yeah, a hot one already, right? So you're mild on the outside. We'll have some sunshine around early on. I think a few more clouds will work in thanks to the daytime heating. The kids are going to want to get outside and run, but again, make sure they take plenty of water breaks. They need that water. 97 for your afternoon high temperature today. A little bit of a breeze starting to happen once we get toward the afternoon. It's not out there right now. It just feels stagnant, but those winds will start to pick up a little bit, 10, 13 miles per hour for this afternoon. The heat advisory not over North Georgia. You got to go all the way down here to the south, our southernmost county. So we're talking Troop, Meriwether County over toward Jasper, Putnam County, included in this heat advisory, where we're looking at a heat index getting up to about 106 to 108. Certainly possible. That's when you have the actual temperature and you factor in the humidity with it. That's the way it's going to feel on your exposed skin. So down here to the south, you definitely need to caution yourself being outside. Now, this could expand further off to the north. We're going to watch the temperature, watch that rainfall, the potential for it, to see if we see those temperatures get as high as 97 today, along with that humidity. But throughout the southeast is where you find the heat advisories, the excessive heat warnings back off to the west of us. And so we're going to continue to watch that, not only for today, but for tomorrow. tomorrow as well. Now, there will be some relief for a few of us, and I think it'll be up here to the far northern counties over here toward the east, where some of these thunderstorms will hold together and make their way down, further down to the south. Now, even if they fall apart and we get a little bit of light rain, that's still going to be some relief for us. Certainly the clouds will start to move into the area as well. So partly sunny skies will be the call for this afternoon. Now, the Storm Prediction Center out of Norman, Oklahoma is saying some of these thunderstorms could hold together and could be on the strong to severe side. So we're looking at the possibility for an isolated strong to severe thunderstorm. That'll be mainly this afternoon after about 1 or 2 o'clock. Again, as those storms begin to rotate into our forecast area. Hot today, hot again tomorrow. Finally, a little relief as we head into the weekend. Saturday, cold front coming through drops us down to 88, 90 for the high temperature with mostly sunny skies by Sunday.
A lot of buzz on this story. Hoover police in Alabama, they held a press conference yesterday giving an update on the Carly Russell case. Detectives say Russell told them she saw a toddler walking on side of the highway. When she got out to help, a man came out of the trees and forced her into a car and then an 18-wheeler. That story spread all over the country. She claims the man was with a woman, but she only heard the woman's voice and also heard a baby crying. Detectives say she was able to escape the tractor trailer, but then was captured again. Carly alleges they took her to a house, undressed her, and took pictures of her. As of this morning, police still have a lot of questions.
We've been unable to verify most of Carly's initial statement made to investigators.
Investigators dug through her search history and found searches related to Amber Alerts, how to take money from a cash register without being caught, one-way bus tickets, and the movie Taken, which features a woman being kidnapped. We're going to continue to follow this story and, of course, bring you updates on 11alive.com.
This morning, new data from Feeding America and Stacker shows Clayton County has the highest rate of food insecure families compared to other metro Atlanta counties, which makes events like this one so important. The Jonesboro mayor has been hosting drive-up food bank giveaways with a focus on feeding children.
We definitely need a lot, that's for sure. Clayton County has been in need for a while.
Although Clayton County Public Schools does a really good job at providing meals, the kids have to get there for the meals, or they have to be available and the meals are delivered to that area.
During yesterday's event, 10,000 pounds of food were gone in less than an hour. And even though the food insecurity problems can't be fixed in a day, many in the community were still thankful. Leaders in the county are working towards solutions.
Right now, Cobb County's Animal Services Shelter needs your help because it is running dangerously above capacity. Take a look at some of these furry little ones living at the shelter this morning. There are 321 animals at the shelter right now, which puts them 123% above capacity. So if you're thinking about adopting, now might be the time. You can give the shelter a call to book an appointment to meet some of these guys and find your forever friend. All you need is your ID and money for the adoption. Right now, adoptions are $115 and includes the basic vaccinations for the animals.
We have an update this morning on negotiations between UPS and Teamsters. UPS's Senior Director for Media Relations tells us negotiations will resume next week. There are still a few issues to agree on and are pushing for a quick action to finalize the deal.
We've been talking about it all week, and while you were sleeping, the Powerball numbers were drawn. Nobody in Georgia is waking up a winner, but someone in California did win that huge jackpot of more than $1 billion. Now there is still the Mega Millions drawing tomorrow. If you are still feeling lucky, right now that jackpot is $720 million.
Also, while you were sleeping, the FIFA Women's World Cup kicked off with the host team getting the win. New Zealand beat Norway 1-0. It's their first ever World Cup victory. The U.S. women's national team opens up pool play tomorrow night, taking on Vietnam. They're looking for their third consecutive World Cup title. 2 Metro Atlanta natives are on the roster. You can read more about their resumes right now in this story on 11alive.com. Chesley.
All right, thanks a lot, Christy. By noon today, temperatures will be in the 90s. We're looking at partly sunny skies, more clouds starting to move into the area. There could be an isolated shower or thunderstorm, but it's going to be hot and humid this afternoon. We're forecasting a high of about 97 degrees, and when you factor in the humidity, it's going to feel over 100 this afternoon. By 6 o'clock, down to 93 degrees. Again, a few isolated thunderstorms around, west wind about 10 miles per hour. We'll do it again tomorrow with 95 degrees for the high, then finally starting to cool off just a touch as we head into the upcoming weekend.
Woo! You'll be back at 7:26 to give us an update on that crash. Thank you. All right. Well, we are so glad you are joining us and had a good morning with us as well.
Happy Friday Eve.